Get it out. Come and get it. This is the alpha Cane Corso and the 1-year-old Cane Corso. Trying to play a game. Oh, give me that stick. I'm gonna get it. Oh, I'm gonna get it. And then Gypsy is the little pit bull puppy. It's a rare moment that Ozzy's engaging in play with the two puppies. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa. You got a little excited there. You got a little excited there. Yes. Be gentle, baby. Be gentle. Uh-oh. We got something out there that they want to go get. Let's see what it is. Where's the Gypsy? What's it, Tux? What's that, Oz? What's that? Oh, Gypsy. What's it? What's that, Papa? Well, must be something at the fence line there. That's the fence line that I share with the neighbors. So their dog was barking at something, which kind of triggered my dogs to bark. So yeah, Ozzy's just protecting and guarding the perimeter. Just wait. Ooh, did he just knock her down? Pit bulls get right back up. They don't stay down. Hi, Papa. Anyways, y'all, just checking in with everybody. Say hi, and I'll let you see what's going on with the pack. Hi, Papa. Somebody mentioned. Thank you for your comments, everybody, and about how little Gypsy here is constantly pulling on Lucia's collar. And yeah, I noticed that too. It's becoming more and more frequent, and I don't like that either. It's dangerous. I did switch their collars out. Dolce and Lucia have this really wide, thick leather collar that it's not. I can't twist it. You can't really twist it. It's such a stiff leather, and to try and prevent them from twisting it and choking each other. But I do have to have a collar on them because that's how they get in their doggy door, through the decal on their collar. Come on this way, Oz. And so. But still, with that being said, little puppies do chew on each other's collars, which is a little dangerous. I used to have the chain collar, the same one that I have on Tux. I kept Tuxes on since he doesn't play with the dogs. The dogs don't. He doesn't spar at all. He avoids them, so he's not really at risk for them twisting his collar. But the risk of having this collar is that a tooth can get caught in one of those loops. So I did take those chain collars off the Corsos. Well, Gypsy has a chain collar on because it's the tight loop that you can't get a tooth in there. It's too tight. There's no loop. And she's growing so fast that I'm not gonna invest in a nice thick leather collar for her yet, because she's just growing by the day. But yeah, that was just an example of how they protect the perimeter, guard the perimeter constantly, 24/7, even when they're sleeping. Yes, Gypsy with your pretty eyes. Gypsy with your pretty eyes. Oh, hi, baby girl. Hi, sweet girl. I didn't get it on camera, but I did correct Gypsy when she was pulling on Lucia's collar this morning. And it kind of startled her. She was kind of taken aback, didn't know what was going on. But I tell you what, y'all, this little pitbull puppy is so smart. She is so impressively smart. All I had to do was, say her name when she did it again. Like she started to do it again like 30 minutes after that. I said her name and she looked at me and she realized she's not supposed to do that. So she learns quickly, very quickly. God, Lucia. Y'all, Lucia is such a big puppy that I oftentimes will see her in my peripheral vision and think it's Ozzy. She's so tall. We have a really nice kind of sunny day here. It's starting to warm up a little bit. Hard to believe it's winter, middle of November. Well, fall, and it's late fall anyway. Maybe not yet winter, but it feels like springtime. It literally feels like springtime. And I'm gonna put a little clip in here that I took yesterday of that front garden, which is just like exploding now. Look at that. Look at the roses. They're all blooming. All the flowers are blooming. Because I think they're confused. They think it's springtime because it's what it feels like. Where's that eyes? Man, what is is super green too. This is all natural grass. I don't have a lawn per se. It just kind of grows naturally here. But I need to trim it all up. I need to take the weed eater and get busy this weekend. But I'm still. For those of you just tuning in, I'm at home sick with COVID, and I think this is my second day sick with it, and no, maybe the third day. I'm losing track. But I do feel a little bit better, but I feel like it's starting to get into my chest now, like a secondary infection. I'm hoping it's not going to be a pneumonia. I don't think so. I've got a pretty strong immune system. So, but I was starting to feel much better yesterday, but then today, starting to feel a little bit more symptoms, kind of different symptoms. A little more out of breath, but it'll be fine. Not to worry. I'll get on top of it. I'll get over this pretty quickly, I think. And yeah, it feels good to sit in the sunshine. The virus doesn't like UV light. Gosh, y'all, look at that garden. Oh, goodness. It's kind of looks a little overgrown, but that's lavender right there, the green one. I've got the purples and the yellows. A lot of that was planted by the birds. Oh, loving it. Ooh, and this is one of my favorites, Esperanza. They come in bright orange and yellow. This one's one of my favorite too. That's a Lucia. Lucia. She's so pretty, y'all. She's got the most beautiful eyes. And so I wanted to also just a real quick touch upon, so a couple people have asked me over the few months of, they're thinking about getting a Cane Corso, but how well will they do with a smaller dog? And hi, Papa. And so I think it's not a straightforward question because it depends on the dog. Some of it may depend also on the dog breed a little bit that you have of the smaller dog. Not always, because any dog can be trained, and each dog, even independent upon breed, it has its own temperament and personality. But there are certain characteristics of breeds that make it more likely that they'll get along better with the Cane Corso. It might take a little more work, for example, to make it so a Chihuahua does okay with a Cane Corso. You really have to. If you have a Chihuahua that's I'm just speaking out of hypothetically, Oh, he's out there guarding the fence again. You have a Chihuahua that's very dominant, and for some reason, I think smaller dogs tend to be more dominant because they're small. Maybe they're compensating. They got the little man syndrome. I don't know. But you can have a really feisty, dominant, smaller dog that is not going to like a Cane Corso because it feels intimidated maybe, and maybe it overcompensates. So that might create some tension. Come on, Oz. Come this way. Come this way. And so, but all of that, can be trained. It's just, but from my limited experience here with different breeds mixed with my pack, Pitbull is a dog that's not gonna mind rough playing. So that's the thing. You want to pair your Corso with a dog probably that's not going to get hurt as easily. A Chihuahua, there's more risk, I think, of getting accidentally hurt. Shoot, even people, there's so much risk of getting accidentally hurt Lucia here, being a puppy, only a year, she's, man, she's extremely heavy. She's over 100 pounds, and she's still growing, so she doesn't have a lot of body awareness, so she'll bump into me occasionally, you know, and nearly knock me over. So I could imagine a Chihuahua, you know, or a very small breed getting hurt by accidentally. It would be a concern. But what I was going to say is that my pit bull puppy, she's a warrior. You know, pit bulls are just like that. They're just extremely tough and resilient. And I had to cut it up. You could see earlier in the video there where I had to cut the video because I had to have my hands free to kind of help her up. But she gets right back up. She gets see her pulling. No, baby. See, she knew right away. She was tugging on Lucia's collar. I don't like her doing that. I'm trying to get her out of that habit. But yeah, so hi, baby, pretty eyes. Hi, baby girl. So she does well, even, you know, for playing. I'm not worried about her getting hurt. Good girl, good girl. Did you see she thought about it for a minute there? She was about to pull on Lucia's collar, and then she looked at me and thought better of it. I had to praise her for that one. Super smart, y'all. But yeah, but see, yes, so she's only a puppy. She's less than a year. She's just barely 5 months. Gypsy Pitbull, and she can hang with the big dogs because she's that type of breed that they're extremely tough, extremely resilient, despite their smaller size. But she's pretty much, you know, like pure muscle. They're very thick with muscle. Ozzy, more and more is correcting Lucia, and I've been stepping in too. Lucia, she needs to respect him when he tells her to back off, and she's not doing that. She just plays too rambunctiously. Now Ozzy can play pretty rough, and he will, but it has to be on his terms. She's constantly wanting to get in his face and play. Hi, good girl. You were a good girl. Yes, that was a good girl, baby. Yes, that was a good girl. Yes, it was a good girl. Gypsy. Gypsy. That was a good girl, baby. Yes, that was a good girl. Oh, so... Oh, also, I wanted to show y'all. I found a clip. You know, my iPhone will post these old photos randomly, like, you know, pictures of what I took on this day years ago or whatever. But I found this picture of when I was introducing the Pitbull puppy to the Cane Corsos, and I'm gonna string that in here and let y'all see how cute it was. Dolce and Ozzy, first time being introduced to the Pitbull. But yeah, I would say Pitbulls tend to, you know, as far as physically, they can hang with Cane Corsos. They're not going to get hurt easily unless there's a fight. So that would be the caveat, is that I would be cautious of introducing a Pitbull in with a Cane Corso unless they're introduced, you know, ideally as a puppy, so that they can bond with the pack and kind of be molded into the pack hierarchy, because they're going to most likely want to be dominant. And also that really depends on the temperament of the individual pit bull, because as y'all know, I did have an American bully that had a lot of pit bull in her bloodline, but she was also some American bully named Tequila, and I couldn't have her in my pack because she was way too dominant, and I was afraid she was gonna have a bad interaction as she grows older. You know, I didn't want her to have a confrontation with my dominant female Cane Corso Dolce. So yeah, so I did handpick Gypsy here because I watched her with her litter mates, and she didn't seem to be as dominant as the other ones. So in that way, it works out with my pack, at least for now. But she's still kind of a wild card. I'm still trying to mold her and make sure that she doesn't become either fear aggressive toward the pack members or trying just to dominate everybody. And so far so good. I still have to watch her closely with my dominant female Dolce. Oh, were you drinking my tea? Were you drinking my tea? She was drinking my tea, y'all. Oh, many of y'all from UK, I was asking about a particular tea that I got. It was PG Tips. Mentioned a Yorkshire. Now, Yorkshire, I do love Yorkshire. Yorkshire Gold. Yorkshire is, I would have to agree. I like it better than PG Tips. And I used to get that at the grocery store. They didn't have any at the time I got the PG Tips. But yeah, I think Yorkshire is probably better, in my opinion, too. Oh. But Ozzy was running off Tux. Ozzy, come here, Tux. Come on, Tux. Come on, Tux. Come on, baby. It's okay. Come on, Tux. Ozzy does that. These kind of subtle gestures just to remind Tux that he's alpha, as if he had to. Tux is so docile that he doesn't really need to. Come on, Tux. Come on this way. Come. Tuxie, come. Tux. Poor Tux. I think they're all thirsty. Let's go inside. Oh, I was going to say, let's go inside, but let me let them one more little spar session before they come inside to take their long nap. But yeah, my colleague from that he has his own channel now, Storm and Rain. Storm and REIGN. Rain is Lucia's brother, who he has. Rain is huge. I think Rain is probably about like Ozzy already, only a year old. But yeah, so he's got a Rottweiler and a Cane Corso. So any kind of dominant breed is gonna be able to handle the rough play with a Cane Corso. So that part checks out okay. Again, I wouldn't introduce those breeds together unless, one of them's a puppy. So it can be done, but it's more risky if one of them is not a puppy when they're introduced. But yeah, physically, any kind of dominant breed is going to be able to hang with a Cane Corso and not get hurt. With the huge caveat there that the main risk is that the two dominant natures are going to clash and a real fight might develop. So it's better to pair male and female versus two females or two males if there's two different dominant breeds. But and which is what he has, Storm and Rain. Storm is a female and Rain is a male. So they seem to get along really well. But yeah, so I mean, the short of it is not all dog breeds pair well with a Cane Corso. There's always exceptions, of course, depending upon the individual dog's temperament. But I would say in general, if you're wanting a smaller dog and you have a Cane Corso, or vice versa, if you have a smaller dog already and you want a Cane Corso, it can be done. It's just that maybe more predictable with some breeds versus other breeds. I don't know if I said that all in the best way possible, but I apologize. I'm still kind of congested and, you know, not 100%, so probably taking a long time to say what I'm really trying to say. Hi, baby. Good. There's Dolce. There's Dolce. Yeah, so Dolce, she's been, hi, baby girl. Hi, there's my Dolce. Dolce's been kind of hanging back more. She did, hi, pretty girl. Gotta turn some lights on in here. Dolce did, I really have been appreciating her because she's been really helping me raise Lucia. She's helping me raise Lucia, the Cane Corso puppy. Hi, baby girl. When Lucia goes up in the morning, as soon as Lucia sees that Ozzy is awake, she'll come and greet Ozzy by doing what she does, by getting in his face and, you know, invading his space and licking all of his muzzle and wagging her tail 100 miles per hour. Hi, good girl. And Dolce immediately will come correct Lucia. She'll make Lucia submit. She'll do this low growl, and she'll hover over Lucia and make her get down. And so Lucia knows what she's doing is too much. Well, I'm sure, you know, trying to think what from her point of view, from Lucia's point of view, you know, she's very excited to see the alpha. She loves Ozzy so much, and she's just trying to express her admiration, but she's got all this pent-up excitement for him, and so it's probably hard for her to temper that, but she has to learn to, because she's huge. She needs pulling this stick out of her mouth. She needs to learn to control her excitement, because she's going to hurt somebody if she doesn't. She can really hurt somebody. Hype. So that's a key lesson that she has to learn. Otherwise, you know, so like if you did say, for example, if I had a Chihuahua, even not even looking at their temperaments or anything, and if you imagine that was a Chihuahua playing with Lucia, she'd get stepped on, she'd get hurt, even just by accident, you know. Whereas this little pit bull can take the rough play. So, but those smaller dogs, it might be might require much more supervision with a Cane Corso, I would say. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get some breakfast here. I hope y'all having a good day. And we'll talk at y'all later. Oh yeah, comment down below. Let me know what y'all have. I think I already know what some of y'all have. If you have a Cane Corso and you have other dog breeds, I'm curious what everybody has. So let us know in the comment section how that works, and if you do have a Cane Corso with a smaller breed, has your smaller breed dog ever gotten hurt? Either intentionally or on accident in play? And, you know, who did you have first, the Cane Corso or the smaller dog? I know many of y'all have larger dogs with your Cane Corsos, like the Great Danes. I know that one. That was, what an amazing pack that is. Great Dane and Cane Corso. That would be a dream. I wish I could have a Great Dane. But yeah, I'm curious about the smaller breed dogs. Oh yeah, by the way, I know this video is getting kind of long, but yeah, Storm and Rain, my colleague who has Lucia's brother, Storm, and Lucia's brother Rain, they also have a very small dog, I think mixed breed, but interesting, super interesting with that pack. The small dog, Missy, Misdemeanor Elliot, Missy, the little dog, is I think, the alpha. And you can clearly see it, if you go over to their channel and check her out, the ones with Missy in the video. The Rottweiler respects Missy as alpha. Now, I think that maybe because they had Missy as their first dog, and then they introduced the Rottweiler Storm as a puppy. And so, you know, that's a very interesting dynamic, but also goes to show that, you know, you don't, it doesn't necessarily mean just because the dog is smaller that it won't be the alpha. So, but I guess the real danger would be just an accidental injury, you know, if like they were playing too rough, but I don't think they've had any issues so far. But anyway, yeah, comment down below if y'all do have a smaller breed dog with a Cane Corso and what your experience is. And as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see y'all in the next one. You hungry? Who's hungry? Are you hungry? Lucci. I know who's hungry. Tux is hungry. Tux is always hungry. Patiently waiting. Tux is patiently waiting for his breakfast.